the early 90s, the remote sections of Western America were still in the throes of the violent era. Suddenly, throughout this land, a new name was beginning to be heard. A new saga of fabulous adventure was being written. The saga of Red Ryder, protector of the oppressed, despair of the lawless. In the beginning, he was alone, but shortly afterward, Little Beaver, the Indian boy, was constantly with him. The affection between the two became one of the traditions of a waning frontier. Our story opens just before the meeting of the two. Red Ryder and a crew of fur trappers were on their way back from a long and turbulent season on the Snake River. Trapping had become a hazardous enterprise. The best streams had been reserved for the Indians, so that legal right to trap had to be obtained through them, and then protected against the ruthless inroads of fur pirates, who had little respect for either government or law.
Hold it, men. We don't want to keep Mr. Bliss, the Indian agent, waiting too long, so Bear Trap and I will ride on ahead. We'll see you boys in Wild Horse. The sooner we get that powwow with Chief Running Fox over with, the sooner we'll be able to take off for the Willamette. Come on, Bear Trap.
Look, Running Fox, it won't hurt fish. You let me, my men, take few beaver out of the Willamette. Light a peace pipe for powwow. You, me, make big trade, huh?
Me no like.
Me come to bury hatchet. Me want to make friends. Maybe you, your braves, need horses. Me know where to get them. Good horses. How many you need?
Me wait for Indian agent. Hear what he say.
What's the matter with you, Running Fox? You he big chief, or like old squaw? Let Indian agent lead you around by nose.
Indian agent good friend. He come here soon.
All right, he good friend. But you still big chief. You don't need Indian agent tell you can have fish in the Willamette. You got right to them. So have I got a right to.
How, Running Fox?
How?
Hello, Hunter. I didn't expect to find you here.
Just dropped in for a little powwow with Running Fox.
How did you know he was in town?
I didn't until I rode into Wild Horse. And I heard he'd come in from the Willamette and was camped outside of town.
So you thought maybe you could talk him into giving you trapping rights?
On a fair and square basis, yes.
I've heard that talk from you before, Hunter. Red Ryder is on his way in from the Snake River, Running Fox. He sent me word that he would like to have powwow. That's why I asked you to come to Wild Horse.
I don't see why you're giving Ryder the jump on me.
It isn't a question of giving anybody the jump. It's just that the government has a preference as to how it does business.
Come on, Jack.
What talk he make, Running Fox?
Him say give him horses.
Any horses he give, he steal. Get Indian into plenty trouble.
Wait for me in town.
Why? Where are you going?
Never mind, I'll show up, but I've got a hunch that Ryder won't.
Let's see if we can water our horses here. It might be 10 miles before we get another chance.
Hey, wait a minute, Red, come here. Gone to Dry Creek to help shear some sheep, but anybody is welcome to go inside and make themselves to home. Things sure has changed. A man leaves his home and his house open. Used to be they'd board up the windows and nail the doors.
Well, sir, he's right hospitable. I guess then he won't object if we use some of his water.
I don't reckon he will.
Got that bucket.
All right, sir. Yes, sir, things sure has changed. You know, it used to be that a man come into this Indian territory with a couple of barrels of rotten gut whiskey. You get an Indian drunk, and you just keep him drunk. You can just cheat him out of his high teeth. Not that I ever do that myself, you see, but there are a lot of folks that do. Now, you take Bill Hunter and his gang. That's why they got in for you, Red. You see, your way of doing business is again theirs. There, you see? Even your horse Thunder agrees with me.
There are times when Thunder's smarter than a lot of people. Got an idea we're about to have some visitors. There's no telling how they aim to announce themselves. Ease yourself over to the cabin, Bear Trap. When you get there, shove the door open. Make out like you're going to just look inside. But take it easy.
All right, men, let them have it. Close in on them from both sides.
Take your shots careful, Bear Trap. I've only got 6 left.
We see Black Stallion outside cabin. Belong Red Ryder. Much trouble. We help.
Got any more shells in your belt?
Well, nary one.
Must be the wounded or dead. Come on, let's rush them. Indians, let's get out of here fast.
Like the Indians have saved the day. Come on, Bear Trap.
All right, now, we chase them away.
Much obliged, Redskins. Did you see who the warthogs were?
No, let us get close enough. Run like scared rabbits. We heap glad help. What do you want us to do now, Red Ryder?
I'd say you've done enough already.
We do little. Maybe you want to stay with you, make journey safe.
We'll be all right from here on. I'm not so sure about my wagons, though. They're back that way. Maybe you could meet them and stay with them until they get near Wild Horse.
We do.
When we get to town, Bear Trap, don't breathe a word about this shindig we just had.
Ain't you even going to tell the sheriff?
We're not going to tell anybody, because it might get written up in the newspapers. The time we had the run-in with Hunter on the Snake River, somebody gabbed so loud my aunt heard about it way back in Pennsylvania. She's been pestering me with letters ever since, trying to get me to come back where it's more civilized and less dangerous. And when my aunt gets her mind set on something...
Say, listen, Red, you know there's only one way to get along with women. Just pay them no mind. Pay them no attention at all.
Maybe some women, but you don't know the Duchess.
What Duchess?
That's how they refer to my aunt.
Oh.
Come on, let's water these horses.
What are you doing here? I thought I told you to wait in Wild Horse.
Sure. Only while I was waiting, guess who pulled in town, Bill? The judge.
Judge? What judge?
Why, the old faker we put up 5 years ago when the law was after him. You know, Bill, the fellow skinned out one night and took our bankroll with him. Likewise, the papoose we was holding as hostage.
You mean the judge?
That's what I said. And the old thief has still got the papoose with him.
You sure it's the same papoose?
Must be. The age tallies. Of course, he's growed up some, but...
Then we've got to get our hands on him. When Running Fox finds out we can get his grandchild back for him, he'll be glad to give his trapping rights.
You're right, Bill. In spite of any Indian agent.
In spite of Ryder, too. You and I are paying the judge a visit.
Sure. Only it ain't judge no more. The old skinflint calls himself doctor now. As soon as him and his wagon rolled into town, he set up a medicine show, using the Indian kid as a come-on.
Hello, Ryder.
Howdy, Mr. Bliss. I'm sorry I'm late. I was delayed a little.
Well, that's all right. Gave me a chance to visit with Running Fox. I found Bill Hunter over there trying to pull a trick behind my back.
You didn't happen to tell him I was on my way in, did you?
Why, yes, I believe I did.
Say, Red, you know
Wait
I
a
bet
minute. How about that powwow with Running Fox?
You want to stretch your legs? Just down this way a piece, on the riverbank.
Why, sure. Come on, Bear Trap.
Running Fox and his brothers on Willamette wish to make welcome to Paleface friend. Running Fox wish to live with he big Paleface trapper like brother. Running Fox smoke on peace pipe with Paleface trapper.
Red Ryder smoke on peace pipe with Great Chief Running Fox. Red Ryder wished to be friends with Indians, like brothers. As sign of friendship, Red Ryder give 'em pale-face tell-'em time.
Running Fox smoke on peace pipe as sign of friendship. Running Fox give Indian knife for present. You like him?
Like him heap much.
Then we get on with trade. What you want from Indian chief?
Well, sir, all we want is permission to trap for beaver and otter on the